It appears that making new live-action movies based around old animated films is one of Disney's bare necessities. Take a look at the new adaptation of Rudyard Kipling's The Jungle Book, which Disney first turned into an animated movie back in 1967. This one is directed by Iron Man's Jon Favreau, and despite the fact that it's live-action, most of the animals are being created with computer animation. Like most Disney movies, there's an all-star vocal cast, including Bill Murray as Baloo, Idris Elba as the villainous Shere Khan, Scarlett Johansson as a much more hypnotic version of Kaa, and Christopher Walken as the orangutan King Louie, who for some reason is now the size of King Kong. The Jungle Book will hit theaters in April 2016. And another classic animated movie might be making the jump into live action. The Dark Knight, Inception, and Interstellar director Christopher Nolan is rumored to be producing the long-in-development live-action remake of Akira. The original anime version tells a trippy cyberpunk story in a post-apocalyptic Tokyo, and Warner Brothers has been struggling to get a live-action adaptation off the ground for years. If Nolan really is taking over as a producer, he could be just the thing it needs to get it off the ground. We'll let you know if more details come in. Nolan is also set to direct a mysterious new film of his own. Warner Brothers has set a release date of July 21st, 2017, but no title or any other information has been given. Fingers crossed for Inception 2. We're talking about some big movies that we don't know a whole bunch about right now, except Jungle Book, I guess, is kind of familiar in the Disney space. Here's Marissa Roberto to join me. We've got kind of our own Jungle Book going on behind us here.
We do. There are an alarming amount of ducks and birds, and I have to say that I'm terrified.
I wouldn't be surprised if Bill Murray just pops up and shows up here, too. He is, I think, the biggest reason why I'm excited to see a Disney live-action thing. I love that guy's droll delivery.
Sure. I mean, Idris Elba, though. We love him.
I love Idris Elba, yes.
Right? And
yes.
I think that he's going to make a pretty sweet villain.
Yeah.
I think we know that he can do that very well.
Yep.
I was never thinking that I would ever see a live-action Jungle Book. I don't know if I ever really wanted it, but Jon Favreau, I think, will do a good job.
Yeah. He knows how to play to the kids. He did Elf, and he did a great job with that, and he obviously understands visual effects.
It's strange now because we're living in a different world where things are a little more touchy, like people are a little more sensitive, and I think that Jungle Book has a lot of, there's a lot of racism.
There's some sensitivity issues there for sure, 100%. You know, I think, though, at the end of the day, it has to be a modern take, and it has to be a new movie that we see with fresh eyes. And
you know what? I'm going to go to the movies with you. I'm sure we'll have a great time, hopefully.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm expecting a lot.
All right, well, let's move on to something that's a little bit more future sort of tense and, every sense of the word. Yeah, and sci-fi. We're talking about a Neo-Tokyo with Akira, and now that Christopher Nolan is rumored to be attached. Now, this isn't confirmed. There's not a lot confirmed about an Akira live-action movie, except for the fact that they have been trying to build this thing forever.
Well, if anybody can handle a complex story, I think this guy can, although sometimes he makes it a little too complex.
Now, I've also heard rumblings that they're working on a trilogy, that they're going to try to stretch this out, because everybody wants to see those bikes in real life. I think he is now coming off of Interstellar. It's going to be very interesting to see his next moves as a director. He's basically got an open checkbook, I think, over at Warner Brothers to do whatever he damn well wants to. Hats off to Christopher Nolan. Looking forward to whatever he's got cooking up next. But right now, we've got to go to some live action in our faces with the HTC Vive. This is the VR partnership that they've got with Valve. So let's take a look.
The Rundown is brought to you by EB Games.